spawning in the top right-hand corner, currently behind 0-2, which doesn't tell the story of his extraordinary performance. Can he pull it back in this match? It's EG's Jaedong!
And his opponent in the bottom left side, showing us some of the best games of the tournament. Up 2-0, give it up for Polt!
Looks like he'll be going for a conservative Reaper opening, just going to be doing a little bit of a spotting there. Polt, the adopted American player, residing in Texas. Beloved by his American fans, performing so brilliantly in today's matches.
And of course, the good old hamburger chant.
Yep. Jaedong will forever be known as the Hamburger Zerg due to his comments in his pregame interviews.
Was pretty good. I feel like half of them gave the same answer. I feel like anytime America comes up in Korea, they just are like, all they're doing is eating hamburgers, which is actually like mostly accurate.
Yeah, it's not actually an untrue statement. That's kind of what we do. I think Teja said it best, that the three things he thinks of when he thinks of America is hamburger, pizza, and English. So hats off to Teja for identifying us oh so well. Now this is a tense map because there's not a lot of room to maneuver around. Counterattacks for Zerg are certainly very strong, but the drop angles equally potent for Terran. This third base quite exposed with this upper lane here where you can sweep in with the drops. Overlord positioning is going to be critical. Looks like he's actually heading down all the way to the south side. Of course, wants to keep an eye on Polt's third base. We've been seeing 3 command center play out of Polt thus far. He might do something a little bit more aggro here.
Yeah, I was going to say the exact same thing. I think that's going to be the smart choice. I mean, you can definitely pull it off, but this map much smaller than what we've seen. But at least there's a lot more surface area for Reapers to jump into the main base, which is exactly what he's going to do. Scout everything out. Not going to be seeing anything uncharacteristic or unusual for Zerg here. Just sees the time. He's going to be playing a ring around the hatchery here, trying to kill off that drone. Oh my god, he might actually get it, which would be quite annoying. But no, that drone's still going to go. Sean, if I was playing, I would just give up and sacrifice the drone at this point. It's so much babysitting.
You know, I mean, I've had that feeling too where you're playing and you just see something wrong happening and you're like, oh, I can't believe I'm not going to do anything about that. I feel so sorry for that drone, and off it dies. And you're like, they got to buff drones, man.
Just give them 100 HP.
That would be fair.
And it does look like the command center going to be going down on the low ground. Factory going to be following it up. Reactor here. Sean, do you think it's going to be Widow Mines or Hellions?
I mean, I'd be surprised if he busted out a Widow Mine opening. I think the bigger surprise would be if he went for third command center again. I mean, we're not seeing him do anything with his minerals quite yet. Normally would see it get thrown down, potentially now.
Yeah, double gas coming up for Jaedong. And it does look like the Reaper going to continue to scout here. Starport there. What are you thinking?
I'm assuming Vikings, man. He's going to go Vikings straight into that mine drop. A repeat of Game 1. Jaedong has pretty swift geysers in this game. Could definitely be transitioning into a roach-based play. We've seen him love doing big roach pushes on this map. Going to go straight up for this northern expansion. It's right before the Hellions get there, so it's a very nice way to guarantee that your Expo gets started. And then the Queens can be the defense.
Love this from Polt. Already going to be walling himself in here. Could easily throw down a bunker. But you mentioned some earlier aggression out of Jaedong. I'm curious to see how that would pan out if it does indeed come down to that.
Already.
And there's a hidden drone over here at the third base. I don't know if it's a fake or if he's going to try and actually throw down that base. But yeah, the lair tech is quite interesting.
Viking is the choice for Polt. Already beginning to stock up to 6 Hellions on the map. Is that going to be 8? No, it will be 6. So a little bit of a defensive mode here. But this is just an exceptionally fast layer. We really don't see these kinds of moves by Zergs these days. It's pretty much all base round taking the third. Great shutdown by Polt, who is probably going to be surprised to see no third.
Yeah, that drone has got to be so nervous. They keep poking up there with all those units. Not able to spot it, though. A really good move there by Jaedong. Even though he wasn't planning to take the expansion right away, he knows he may not get a chance to send that drone up once again. 4 Queens going to be more than enough to hold this. Jaedong quite walling in his own entrance here. He knows the counterattack potential. Double evolution chamber here. Is he going to get upgrades here, or is this just to make some kind of funky wall?
Uh-oh, it looks like bought the bait and absolutely nothing gets killed. Vikings.
The Hellion. Can you see that drone? Yes, he can. That Hellion just needs to look to his right.
Run away.
Oh, God. Nope, not going to happen. I guess the Hellion didn't even need to look to his right. The drone made it so much easier for him.
I mean, you just always got to base your strategies around whether or not your opponent is taking a fast third base. Because, I mean, right now, I mean, even though this is a third command center, this is kind of a later third command center. This is after some investigation has gone down. It's going to be a super fast Spire play coming out of Jaedong.
Well, actually, just one minor thing there. Polt overextended slightly. The Queen's focused down to both weakened Hellions and actually gets another pickup there. And the Zerglings here overshooting, but that means that these units are now trapped and will be able to kill them off here. Once again, Polt unable to do that much damage with this. I don't know if any of these units are going to be able to escape right now. I mean, they got to try and get some Zergling kills here. Maybe 2 Hellions survive, but look at this. Jaedong already trying to move to intercept.
No Baneling Nest quite yet. Just the 2 Evo Chambers. No 1-1 quite yet.
He's
saving up for Mutalisks. Uh-oh, it's the 4 Marauder play. 4 Marauders will not function well against 8 Mutalisks about to pop out.
Yeah, I can try and use it to focus down that hatchery. Not sure if he's going to get so lucky. The double expand coming up for Jaedong. The Viking is up to 3 kills. Not too shabby there. Definitely making it worth it, unloading those. But these Mutas are mighty, mighty fast here. And we might be seeing some aggression that Jaedong is known for. And is Polt prepared? There's no defense back at home.
This is going to go very poorly. I mean, he does have some Marauders that deal pretty significant damage to this hatch, but Mutalisks are already rallied straight on in, and it's going to be an interception.
And remember that boost has already been used. The Mutalisks will eventually catch up once that runs out. However, that does mean immediate missile turrets are going to go down. This might actually give him time to get the defense back at home. He needs the Marauders getting literally left for dead. Viking's going to go down as well, but really he's just buying time with this to make sure he doesn't lose to a counterattack.
Rapid expand up to 4 bases. 1-1. Not quite started. There it is going down. So it's going to be the typical Ling Baneling Muta versus Biomine. However, keep in mind that the map control is really bad for Polt right now. I mean, these Mutalisks, as long as they avoid mine hits like...
Oh, God.
Potentially...
Oh, God. Keep in mind, you can see those when they are burrowed. They leave a little bit of a tile.
Oh, no!
Oh, force cancel there. 1 big hit. Mutalisks do regenerate a lot, though, and he's going to try and spot these with the Overseer here. And it does look like Jaedong going to go ahead and back out. Has to be careful here with those Widowmines. And the Widowmine over here, he should know about this one.
No.
It's already been activated, so
it's
a dud.
Totally fine, yeah. So it looks like he's just sweeping around trying to find these mines, because just as critical to this aggression as the Marines are, I mean, the mines are going to be one of the only things that can stop mass numbers of Zerglings. Oh, my God. Forgive me for that. Just giving a little motion sickness to anyone who's watching. There we see the Widowmine gets picked off at the edge. The Widowmine at the front also going to get picked off. This is good. Very, very tough to defend. I mean, as Terran, you just have to suddenly unburrow the mines and try to prevent it from blasting off.
Yeah, I feel like Jaedong is he's like Abathur Man from the HOTS campaign. He's adapting to the playstyle of Polt. He is evolving. Unfortunately, we can't have Zerglings that jump up cliffs, but he's doing his best and is more aggressive, which is kind of exactly what I think he needed to do. And so far, I mean, it just seems to make Polt scramble around a little bit more.
I mean, this aggression is what it's allowed Jaedong to get these 4 bases up, and his creep spread is looking much stronger on this map. It's a lot less surface area that needs to be eaten up by that creep. We see the Changelings advancing forward, the Biomines taking it out, but of course, all these little edges are helping Jaedong get a bigger and bigger lead. Right now, it's 1-1 for both players.
Banelings morphing in. Are they going to be done in time? Can he bait the Marines over there? Keep in mind, this is very common on this map to try and break that third with Banelings. That is a shocking amount of Banelings, though. And if they take Polt by surprise and there's no bunker there, it's going to open it up. It's going to open the floodgates here.
I mean, 2-2 is going to be one of the most important upgrades for Jaedong right now, because this isn't the leading amount of upgrades as we saw him do in the last game. This is just a defensive play. He wants to not fall too far behind. I mean, these Banelings can do some nice damage, but it's going to be the upgrades that will help Jaedong win in the long run. No macro hatch has been thrown down yet. It's just an assault down at this south base.
More and more Banelings on the way. There's actually some burrowed there at the edge of the creep. Just keep that in mind. Those aren't creep tumors. They will do a lot more damage than creep tumors. Who does go ahead and burrow those there, and will most likely leave them there for now. Mutalisks have got to be careful, but so do the Medivacs. Unable to fully intercept right there, but the Mutalisk count getting higher and higher. Also working on the +2 attack for the Mutas as well. Jaedong just looking stellar here. I mean, these bases have not been slowed down at all.
This looks very, very even. I mean, like you're saying, Mike, those burrowed Banelings are the biggest threat that you have to deal with.
Oh, God. Oh, God, Sean. Oh, he could detonate them there if he's actually paying attention with a big scan.
And in the meantime, the Banelings roll into this south base. We see the bunker fall immediately. That missile turret is going to go down fast. And suddenly we see Polt trying to push up, but losing focus, and the Banelings are going to deal big hits. Jaedong still looking very strong, but his fourth base is under fire.
Yeah, he's got to watch out here because Polt's actually pushed out. He's pushed the creep all the way back to that fourth base, which means reinforcing this is much easier for the Terran. And he's going to try and get a queen right here. There's going to be the counterattack over on the left side as well. Banelig's got to be rolling into that natural. Here we go again.
Nice play from Jaedong,
taking him out. Takes him out. Gonna be getting himself further and further ahead right now. The Widowmine's gonna get cleaned up as well. Some decent hits there, but still, I don't think it's enough. Overall, the workers killed 34 by Jaedong. He still has held on to that base. This is looking a lot better for him than the last two games.
Yeah, I mean, Jaedong even held off onto this fourth base. We see another macro hatch going down up at the north side. It's going to be Mass Ling Muta, 11 more Mutalisks coming in. He doesn't need to save any gas on those upgrades. It's just going to be all slamming the front.
Baneling's trying to get some big hits there. Nice splitting by Polt. Not sure if it's enough to catch back up. He's about 60 supply behind right now. And there's always the potential counterattack down at that third base. Ooh. More Baneling's got to be morphing in. More Banelings are burrowed here as well. Could detonate them at any time. Polt's got to be careful.
Oh, that's going to be huge. He gets there.
He waits. The patience of Jaedong, waiting for them to bunch up there. Jaedong is showing us that he is in it to win. These Banelings, though, are kind of derpy. They meant to go the other way, but they might still connect anyways.
Connections nonetheless. Lings come in. The mine's going to detonate. Not on Mutalist.
Takes him out.
Full-out retreat, Husky, and we see the mines try to burrow. They get cleaned up in a matter of seconds.
Here we go. Jaedong might be overextending here. That's a lot of mutants, but also a lot of Marines. Takes out the Medivacs as well. He's forced to retreat for now, but look at the money he has in the bank. He's got 1,600 minerals plus the gas as well. He decides he's going to throw down an infestation pit. Might be saving up for the infestors. A pretty good choice here. But no, it's going to be more Mutalisks.
Yeah, I mean, right now, the one thing that Jaedong doesn't have is the upgrade lead. He's hiving now to try to catch up on that. We see that Jaedong continuing to burrow those Zerglings in pesky spots. The mines managed to land some nice connections.
A big hit. Not as big as it could have been, though. Polt at the same time, though, Baneling's getting counterattacked down at that third base. Don't think it's going to be enough here to do too much damage, but either way, got to be softening up that, and more Lings on the way here to try and break that. A big hit on those Zerglings there. Jaedong has not been able to push out all the way across the map just yet, but he's still got the supply advantage.
I mean, Polt, just as we saw in game number one, is picking one angle.
Oh god, the derpy Banelings again.
Derpy Banelings.
They've taken their own route, man. And they're so derpy, man. I'm sorry. Wait.
They've done it.
Wait, it might work. It might actually work. He's going to go for it.
And in the meantime, the push at the north end continues onward. I mean, right now there's just so much bio, so many Zerglings positioned at the back, so many Marines positioned at the back, but these mines in massive quantities slowly getting whittled away. The burrowed Banelings. Another expand. Looks like an unusual spot, but of course...
Scans it. Got to be able to spot it and clean that one up here. So Polt still hanging on, but... God, Jaedong just has so much. Baneling's going to be rolling in. The micro of Polt time and time again.
Exceptional.
A big hit or loss there on those Banelings. How is Polt still in this?
Killed off. 37 is what remains right now for Polt, who's trying his hardest. But those, the lack of mines at the front lines.
So many
Muta Cloud getting bigger and bigger. 28 in the bank right now. I mean, the Mutalisks at this high in number are going to be virtually unstoppable. All that Polt can really rely on is 3-3, but I don't even know if he's going to get the opportunity to get there. Jaedong starting 3-3 of his own. That is the hive tech he's after, as those pretty orange upgrades.
And that base in the bottom right side nearly done as well. Let's see if the Zerglings got the memo not to run the other way. I guess it was still successful, though. So we'll see, though, as Polt continuing, I mean, in all three bases, just pushing one location until it works or it doesn't. So far, running out of steam. Oh, these Banelings right here have been given deliberate orders to kill off those, and they will take them down just the right amount to run a couple of Lings in there. Looks like, though, once again, Polt is able to hold it off, but still losing a couple SCVs down there. And Polt has not been able to push out towards the top at all. I mean, where would he even get a fourth base at this point if he tried?
I mean, he's struggling to mine on three bases right now. The burrowed Baneling scan gets picked off. 3-3 is done. This is the moment where Polt is hoping to step forward. The Mutalisks in a very bad position. The Banelings need to help keep them alive from 30 down to 17-16. The 3-3 Marines do devastating amounts of damage, and the army supply from Polt is tremendous.
Yeah, and the question is where are the Infestors? Where are the Ultras? Where's anything other than just circling a Baneling? But for now, it looks like this base will go down. Polt is actually going to get a little bit of an edge right now. takes that out, and Sean, that leaves the base in the bottom right side very vulnerable to a counterattack. And keep in mind, the AI of those drones told them to go to the closest hatchery. That's the one at the south. I feel like Polt knows about it now.
Traitor drones! They're going to reveal everything, and Jaedong just rolls with it. He's going to just build some geysers and keep going. Jaedong, though, does have a tremendous Muta Cloud. 55 Zerglings on the field, more Zerglings falling. What is your choice now as Jaedong?
I don't know. I feel like not tech switching out of this play is what's really hurting him here, because once the Marines have 3-3, they do so much more damage. I don't think these mules are going to be able to clean this up, Sean. The base in the bottom right side goes down. What happened?
Well, I mean, this is what we're talking about with the upgrade lead. This is why you need to make sure you do not go toe-to-toe with 3-3 Marines. This is a last-ditch play for Polt. If Polt loses this army, I mean, his workers have been so completely ravaged that Jaedong will be able to slowly trickle ahead, but this is a tense moment. Jaedong's down to just 8 Mutalisks. Polt is breaking through.
Banelings here managing to get some big hits, but it's not enough. The supply's trying to favor Polt here. There are some Ling reinforcements. I don't think that's enough. Jaedong not only on one mining base, that natural sure as hell doesn't count. It looks like the Marines got to be pushing up here. He's going to be pushing into the Heartland, trying to go for a big counterattack, but there's more reinforcements waiting. I don't think Jaedong can clean this up. That's so many units.
That's so many Marines, and it looks like Polt, who was on the edge of defeat all game long, another Zergling counterattack.
Oh my
Jaedong
God.
will die.